Whenever you're ready, I think we're good.
I think we're good now. I think we're rolling on the Cheezehole. We've got so we're a day later than we normally do because Andrew wasn't feeling well, and I wanted to have a buffer of his sickness to make sure, number one, he didn't have the vid on me, which we're pretty sure he's vid free.
Yep.
And then I wanted his voice to be not so nasally, and you sound pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
But I see you're up to something here.
Well, I got a concoction that I'm working on.
A frozen concoction that you call your own?
Well, straight from the Little Wayne cookbook. It's I got Jolly Good Sour Power with a little bit of Dayquil.
Are you seriously going to mix these?
Well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes, and
I think if you pop it open and take a swig out of there, and then you add a shot of Dayquil to that, it's going to foam all over.
I'll probably have to just do one of keep them separate, maybe back to back.
I want to see you. I want to mix like a mix.
So is this a new flavor combination for Jolly Good?
I don't think they would endorse that.
I want to see you mix them like a mixed drink. Would you?
Right.
Would you please oblige?
All right.
And mix these like a mixed drink for us.
I mean, it can't be that bad.
What are
Orange
you
and
drinking for
sour
Jolly Good today?
I got a grape.
You and
Standard
Eric?
grape.
I'm trying fruit punch.
You haven't had fruit punch yet?
No, I've never had. It's good.
I like the diet fruit punch a lot. I went with Eric's choice today, and Eric chose me Diet Sour Power, which I am a fan of the Sour Power. So, there's a crack. There's a JG crack. And I'm going to JG crack. Oh, I just got JG all over my microphone phlegm guard. Good thing it's there. So, Andrew right now is pouring a small amount, I would say an ounce of Jolly Good in a cup.
Yep.
A coffee cup, a
With
mug.
3 ounces of
And
Dayquil.
now he's going to pour, it appears to be about half as much Jolly Good as he did in cough syrup into the cup. And he's, are you going to swirl those around?
So
at
we
all?
have
they
about
don't-
2 parts
they don't
Jolly
mix.
Good, 1
They
part.
don't mix.
No.
2 parts
Is
Jolly
it a
Good.
strange chemical reaction?
It's like oil and water.
Looks like when you crack an egg.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay, are you just going to take that like a shot, right? Like just like down the,
Well, I'm gonna take a little sipper.
right
No,
down your cheese hole?
go
You're
in
gonna sip
hard.
it? That's sipping tea? It's like a Manhattan.
He's a fan.
Ooh, it's got an afterkick. It's got a good, it's good on the back end. I do not endorse this. But it's not bad.
So what's the flavor of that cold medicine you have there? It's the orange color.
Yeah, it's just the Dayquil, the brand, the generic.
How come some colors are also flavors, but then you sometimes will
I don't
call
know.
a color a flavor when it's really something like orange is both a flavor and a color.
right.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, well, what flavor Gatorade do you want? And you go like purple. Which is
And that's rarely ever grape. It's always something.
or I want the blue.
Like
I want the
Arctic
blue
Blast
Gatorade.
Or
or something.
Riptide Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sometimes I identify things by the color versus the flavor, or vice versa. Well, I'm glad you just mixed up a Jolly Good with some cough medicine,
Yep.
and now you're golden.
I'm on the scissor.
Yeah. As long as we're talking about mixing alcohols,
All right.
Wisconsin Senate passed the to-go drinks.
Fantastic.
Nice job, Wisconsin.
I had to laugh because it was passed like. How many state senators do we have? Like 24? It was passed like 22 to 2
There's
or 21 to
28
2.
to
28
So we
to
have
2.
30
There's
senators.
30.
With no debate.
Yeah, no debate was the best part. It's like, there's nothing to talk about here.
Yeah.
There's zero to talk about. There's nothing to discuss.
There's 2 angry people, but 28. Just
Yeah,
shut them right
they're-
up.
They'll be passive aggressive later.
Yeah, for
The,
sure.
the no debate thing was funny. So Evers, I would think it's got to be tough for Evers to say no when it
Yeah.
went right through
Had that much
both,
support.
Yeah, it went right through both departments of Wisconsin state legislature, and with no debate. I like that Eric pointed that out.
So it's a pair of bills. The first one allows bars and restaurants to sell mixed drinks and glasses of wine to go with a tamper-evident seal. And the second bill would allow people to order alcohol from grocery stores and taverns online or by phone and pick it up in a designated parking space.
You know it's only a matter of time before people realize how to tamper with the tamper-proof seal.
Sure.
And
Well,
just drink and drive around and say, no, I just picked it up.
Well, they could do that now too, though.
Right.
So, like, what do you think all the gas stations sell those big road soldiers for?
Yeah.
Single cans of
Yeah,
whatever.
silos.
the 40s?
No.
So whatever. I mean, this is inconsequential. I don't know that I agree or disagree with it. It's like whatever. But I do. We had this discussion the first time we talked about it. It's like, what is the tamper-resistant seal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it a
Like a
piece of
little
masking
sticker.
tape?
Right,
yeah. I mean, what designates tamper-resistant? So I thought that was funny.
Well, we'll have to go to the tavern one of these days and order ourselves up
Try
one
it.
and see what happens.
We got to see what the seal looks like.
Booze to go, yeah.
Well, the Minnesotans are paying attention to that. We don't mess around with letting us drive around with alcohol because there's a distillery over in the Twin Cities.
Yep.
That's moving to River Falls.
Yep, they're going to open a Distillery, second production facility in River Falls.
What do they make there? Is it vodka or whiskey or?
2 gins, a vodka, and a yep.
Are you guys gin fans?
You know, I went through a gin phase in my like mid 20s, and I don't think I've had a drink of it since.
Really?
Yeah.
I am the same exact way.
Yeah.
I like gin and tonics a lot.
Really?
You gotta have a lime in it, good strong lime, citrus presence.
What's
but
weird is
love
like
'em.
it's one of those alcohols that I never think about. Like I don't dislike gin. In fact, there's a part of me that really likes it. But like when you go into a restaurant and you're like, "Would you like a drink?" and gin never crosses my mind.
It does for me in the summer quite often. It's refreshing.
I bet you gin. No, gin wouldn't be good.
It
in
would be
Jolly
good because
You
gin
think it would be.
Yeah, for sure. With the sour power, but it would.
The sour power is
Gin
a lot
and
better than
lemonade
I-
is a really good drink that no one ever orders.
What
Gin,
is it?
Gin and lemonade.
Gin and lemonade.
It's really good, refreshing. So I bet with the sour
I like
power,
sipping
it
on
would
gin
go
and juice.
laid
So
back.
it says that, see, I didn't finish the sentence, with 2 gins of vodka, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this, and I'm not exactly sure what it is, so you guys can help me out, being probably more seasoned drinkers than I am. Aquavit, what is that?
I never heard of it.
2 gins of vodka and an AQUAVIT.
And is it like some weird like sparkling water
Can you look that
or
up, what that is?
concoction thing now?
Well, I'm glad I'm not, I don't feel
It's probably one of
now.
those alcoholic water things.
Diet Sour Power tastes like lemon Smarties,
It's,
like yellow Smarties.
Cool.
It's Norwegian.
So Aquavit?
It's made from grain and potatoes, and it's flavored with a variety of herbs. So it sounds kind of like a gin. You know.
Weird.
Aquavit.
I was wrong. Don't get it.
I have to talk about this because I cracked up so hard at this. It's my favorite story of the week.
All right, what do we got?
I'll read the headline and then I'll let you guys take it from here. Wisconsin man sports half beard in driver's license photo. It is the funniest driver's license photo I have ever seen, bar none. I had an expectation in my head what this was going to look like, and when I scrolled down and looked at the photo, it LOL was real. I laughed out loud at this dude. He greased his hair down with a part down the middle, like alfalfa style, and then he had like a weird devil beard that he shaved down the center, and then he gave like bug eyes, and it's funny as hell.
He's got like a psycho happy face going on.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
The whole thing was intentional, and it's just like, oh, who was working at the DMV that day that was like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that works.
Well, I mean, I don't think they really care.
My first thought it was like, yeah, who let that slide? But then it's like, well, thanks for the additional information. Now they can see one side with a beard, what he looks like, with a beard and without a beard in the same photo. So
So he's
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
the DMV.
God,
That's
He was doing,
interesting.
he's
Eric
cops a
PI
favor.
work.
I
he
think
was
so
doing
too.
the police a favor.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah.
So like if he wore glasses, should he have also had like
Half glasses.
half
Yep.
glasses?
Yep.
Would that be on the bearded side or the non-bearded side? Depends. Doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah. So this dude was 34. He's an experimental music producer from Milwaukee.
What is is it experimental a type of music, or does that mean he just doesn't know what he's doing?
I think it means that he tries certain things that just don't really
Yeah,
work,
like I'm
but
gonna mix jazz and rap, and let's see what happens.
That could be cool.
Now,
Jazzy rap.
Yeah, you might be thinking, well, who is this Yahoo? Well, he has a bachelor's degree from Marquette, a master's degree from Harvard, and a doctor of philosophy from UW-Madison.
And he's currently enrolled at USC.
Yes, he's doing his postdoctoral research associate from USC. So
Yes.
This dude's a genius.
Which is why he was thinking about dumb stuff like this. It is the best. You have to Google this out, or we should post it to our Facebook page.
So he's either a genius or he just doesn't know what he wants to do with his life.
Yeah, that could be too.
College.
Best driver's license picture ever.
Yep.
I'm stating it right now. Well, I teased this last time, and I'm just going to get right to it. I want to do our Wisconsin high school mascot trivia.
yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And we're going to have a special guest.
Ooh.
We're bringing in.
Is it Karen?
It is not Karen.
Oh, okay.
So this, if we lived anywhere,
Pretty
but where
close.
if we lived anywhere but where we do, I would have included this mascot in the trivia. But it's, everybody here would know it.
Yeah.
Well, we should lead with that one. Go ahead.
So I'm going to bring in my very own Rhinelander Hodag special guest, Jim Flory of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, is a special down the Cheezehole guest.
And I'm calling BS right from the start because, I mean, I got money on Jim winning this contest.
No.
Yeah.
No, Jim's forgotten so much in the last 10 years, I can attest to this.
That's just an agenda.
Jim's going to want to write down his answers, probably. We'll see. We got to keep track of how well you do anyway. So I did 8 questions because there's 5 of us playing because I didn't want this to take forever. I've gotten some feedback that sometimes our trivia goes too long.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I enjoy it.
yeah, just because we do.
It's
Let's
fun
be
for
fair.
us.
We do this for us.
So I have 8 questions.
'Kay.
Okay. 7 of them are, well, they're basically all multiple choice, but here we go. We're going to start with Jim, our special guest. Can you lean
So
in on-
basically, you're just going to read a
Eric's-
mascot and we.
I'm going to read.
Is this like
the,
yeah,
I'm going to read the city.
'Kay.
And give you 3 mascot choices. You pick the correct mascot.
'Kay.
Okay.
Oh boy, jeez.
All right, I'm
Multiple
ready.
choice.
You're going to have to get right up in
I'm
that
ready.
mic.
I'm
the
ready.
very first school, Jim Flory, our own Hodag, is. I'm going to give you I'm going to read the city name, then give you the 3 mascots. So don't say anything. If you know it right away, don't say it because we want these other idiots to get it wrong. So
All right, sounds good.
Altoona. Altoona. Is it the Raiders, the Altoona Railroaders, or the Altoona Fish? Jim, who is it?
I'm going A. The Raiders.
Jim said A, Altoona Raiders. Andy, Altoona.
The Railroaders.
The Altoona Railroaders. Tim,
I'm sticking with Jim on this one, going Raiders.
Altoona Raiders.
I'm going Raiders as well.
Altoona Raiders. The correct answer is the Altoona Railroaders. Nice job, Andrew. But wouldn't Altoona Fish just be so much better?
Yeah, good name. Good name.
Thank you. Altoona Fish.
The Altoona Tunas.
So we had 3 guesses for Raiders, but Railroaders was correct.
I'm surprised.
So number 2, and we're going to start with Andrew.
Okay.
The Slinger. Slinger. Slinger Owls, Slinger Hawks, or Slinger Falcons? Slinger. Owls,
I like how
Hawks,
we actually
or
think
Falcons?
about these like we're going to be able to figure it out. It's not just a random guess.
I will. This one I'm not sure. I will go with owls.
Andrew says owls.
I'm going to go with Hawks.
Tim says
I'm gonna
Hawks.
say Falcons.
Eric says Falcons.
I'm going Falcons also.
And Hodag goes Falcons also. And the correct answer is owls.
Yeah.
Andrew is 2-0.
Wow.
Number 3, the Mondovi. Mondovi High School. The Mondovi High School River Rats.
That'd be cool.
Mondovi High School Buffaloes. Or the Mondovi High School Monsoons.
I want them to be the River Rats, so that's what I'm going to pick.
Eric?
I'm gonna say Buffalo.
Eric says Buffalo.
I'm going River Rats.
Jim goes River Rats.
Mondovi. I'm gonna say monsoons. I don't know
The
that one.
Mondovi Monsoons. It is the Mondovi Buffaloes.
Oh for 3.
And
Oh for
only
3.
because they are in Buffalo County. Because I couldn't
Oh.
figure out that affiliation, so I had to see what exactly that had to do with anything. Number 4. Number 4 is Washburn. Is it the Washburn Lakers, the Washburn Squirrels, or the Washburn Castle Guards?
Ooh, I like Castle Guards.
Who are we on, Eric?
Me.
Eric
I'm
says
gonna go
Castle Guards.
I'm going Lakers.
Castle Guards.
Tim?
Castle Guards.
It is Castle Guards. There was a large brownstone building built right next to their football field a long time ago that looked like it was guarding the football field, and they called themselves the Castle Guards. We're going to Sturgeon Bay. Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Sturgeon Bay Clippers. Who are we on here?
Is it back? Oh,
Jim.
Again?
We're on Jim.
That's me again.
Back to the Hodag.
All right.
Sturgeon Bay Clippers, Sturgeon Bay Shipmakers, or the Sturgeon Bay Sturgeon?
I'm going Shipmakers.
Hodag goes Shipmakers.
One more time. Say them again.
Sturgeon Bay Clippers, Shipmakers, or Sturgeon?
Sturgeon Bay. You going Sturgeon?
No, Shipmakers.
Shipmakers. I'll go. I'll say. Yeah, shipmakers.
Okay, Tim.
Clippers. Just throwing a random
Okay,
one.
Eric.
I'm gonna say Clippers. I don't think it's Shipmakers, even though it probably
It is Clippers.
No.
It is Clippers. But sturgeon-based sturgeon. Like that. Some of these are so obvious. I'm so disappointed. I don't know. Where am I? Sorry. Let me gather
Wait,
my
you're
wits about
disappointed?
me here.
Didn't you make these up?
Well, yeah. But I'm saying the ones that I made up are better. Like
I'm
the
so
Altoona-
disappointed how obvious these
Like
are.
Altoona fish. Like, but change the name already. Watertown. Watertown. The Watertown geese, the Watertown ganders, or the Watertown goslings.
This is on Andrew.
Watertown geese,
Gander.
ganders, or goslings.
Goslings.
Gander.
Oh God. I'm gonna say Goslings.
I'm going Ganders.
It is the Watertown goslings.
Really? That's
It is.
so not fierce.
I know, I agree. That's why I picked that one. We're going to come get you. We're going to come and get you. We're a bunch of fuzzy little baby geese. Mellon. Mellon, Wisconsin. The Mellon, Wisconsin miners, granite diggers, or melons. The melons.
Oh, that would be great.
It's on me.
This
isn't
is
it?
on you,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll just go Melon Miners. That's fun to say.
The melon miners.
What was the second one?
I don't know what order I did them in to start with, but I said melons, the melon miners, or the melon granite diggers.
I'm gonna say Granite Diggers.
I'm going Granite Diggers.
It is the Granite Diggers, and they have a really fun-looking mascot.
It is the granite diggers. The last question, question number 8, is a little bit different question.
Okay.
Of all the mascots in the state of Wisconsin, these are the top 3. You tell me which is the top 1, meaning the most common name in the state of Wisconsin. Who are we on? Tim?
Me.
Eric. The choices are, which is number 1? Cardinals, Eagles, or Panthers?
Cardinals.
Cardinals,
I'm going Panthers.
Eagles, or Panthers?
Well, Eagles is the most common in the United States. And I'm going to say that Wisconsin fits that trend. I'm going to say Eagles.
Cardinals, Eagles.
I wrote down Cardinals.
The correct answer is Panthers.
Ooh.
There are 22 schools in Wisconsin with a Panther mascot. There are 21 schools in
Ah.
Wisconsin with an Eagle mascot. And there are 20 schools in
Oh, it was
Wisconsin
close.
with a Cardinal mascot. So it is very close.
I got 2.
2 out of 8.
Yeah.
How did you do?
5 out of 8.
Did you?
Yeah.
Jim, I don't know that you got one
I got
right.
2.
Did you get
Nice.
2?
I got 2.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in and joining us, our Hodag.
Well, actually,
I got 5. I don't know how you got 5.
that game
Yeah,
reminded
Eric
me.
did not get 5. We got to listen to the replay.
Yeah,
Did
5.
he?
Yeah.
He got a very quiet 5, didn't he? Well, once again, Eric has dominated our game.
Eric's an effing liar, Jeff.
Eric is good.
Eric dominates our trivia all the time. Andrew, I thought you won that, but as of now, it's a tie.
So
Thanks for
I'll
joining
take
us,
it.
Jim.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You're
that
welcome.
that game was fun, and that actually reminded me. Maybe this is a well-known fact, but this is something that I just picked up on recently: the history of why we are the Wisconsin Badgers.
Because of the miners.
That's so cool. They
Yeah.
burrowed into the ground
Yeah,
to
I
stay
did.
warm in the winter.
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah.
I
don't
just
know
picked
where
up
I
on
read
that
but I
recently.
did.
It was one of those maybe as a fact that I had long forgotten and just rediscovered, but I just thought it was really cool.
Well, I'm going to go off on a tangent because living where we live, and once in a while we play a school from the Upper Peninsula. And I think pound for pound, no place has better school mascots than the Upper Peninsula.
I 100%
Yeah.
agree.
I'm going to just read you some of these, and these are all real. It's the Bessemer Speed Boys and
Yep,
Speed
I
Girls,
remember them.
the Dollar Lake Blue Bolts, the Lake Linden Hubble Lakes, not the Lakers, the Lakes,
Yeah.
the Lance,
Lance.
the Purple Hornets, the Ontonagon Gladiators,
Noggin
Cool.
Toboggans. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'd been sweet.
the Jeffers Jets, the Waters Meet Nimrods, the Brimley Bays, the Escanaba Eskimos,
Yeah, there's so much
the
cooler.
Kingsford Flivers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. Wisconsin has a lot. We could do Wisconsin high school trivia another 10 times, and I could.
Okay. The Menominee Maroons, the Calumet Copper Kings, the Gwyn Model Towners, the Houghton Gremlins, the Ishpeming Hermitites, the Nagani Miners, and
Hermitite is a mineral.
and
right?
yes, it is. Yep. And the West Iron County Wykons.
What is Wyken?
It's like a hodag. It's something made up. It's a three-legged.
If you guys want to do high school trivia again, there's like I literally had 40 I could have done, and I just picked some easy ones. So, I think that's fun too. I would have scored poorly on that, I think. So the DNR put out a press release last week saying that they figured out that they've been stocking a disproportionate amount of female walleyes, like by hundreds of thousands.
Too many or
two
not enough?
hatcheries.
Too many.
Too many.
Too
From
many.
two hatcheries,
Too many
yeah.
females from 2 hatcheries. Who was tasked with looking at the walleye genitalia on these little fingerlings to figure this out and count them?
Have you ever sexed a walleye?
Yeah.
Tim, have you?
Yeah, it's really difficult. You have to cut them open. It's
What?
not- yeah, you have to look for a.
They massacred hundreds
you
of
have to look
thousands
for
of
an
walleye
egg sac
fingerlings.
or milt. Being
So how did
produced.
they figure this out?
Well, see, when like you read an article like this and it says a disproportionate amount of female hatchery reared extended growth walleye. That little term extended growth is what tells you like how long the walleye is. Extended growth walleye is one that they keep over the summer and they'll actually like feed it minnows and stuff for food before they stock it, so they're quite a bit larger when
Okay.
they stock those compared to like fry or fingerlings.
So can you see like a little walleye penis?
You can't see little walleye penis. You still have to cut them open to see a development of an egg sac or a milt being produced. So what they did is they probably took a sample of the
So
ones
they
that
did
they
a
were
statistical
stocking.
analysis
Yes.
and decided that if we take 10 samples, it
Yes.
should be 5 and 5, but it's 7 and 3. So now let's take 100 samples, and now it's 70-30, and then let's take 1,000, and it's 700-300, and they realized, oh,
Exactly.
the females are taking over.
And those exact numbers is exactly what they did.
For real?
No, I have no idea.
Like, wow. So, but then they realized the females are taking over, which is obviously a bad thing, I guess? Or?
I think what they're trying to figure out is why. At these 2 hatcheries, why are more females being produced proportionally than when it should be
Could
even
this
1 to
now
1?
be tracked back to like a water condition or like
look
a
for
mineral
all sorts
or
of things. It
the
could
amount of
be-
sunlight or global warming or Donald Trump or Ron Johnson?
I think it's a combination of global warming, Donald Trump, and probably some hormones.
Okay. Okay.
No, they'll look at all sorts of things. They'll look at
What if those walleyes that they thought were females actually identify as transgender walleyes?
that could
So
be
there's
it.
actually 3 classes of walleyes here, and we haven't identified
I know.
that yet.
Does the DNR know that it's 2021?
Yeah, I know, and I'm
and
a
we're
little upset.
putting fish into 2 categories?
I'm upset. Yes. How are we still only identifying
My
fish in only 2
God.
categories? I think we got to call Governor Evers and say, like, listen, hold up here. Before we spend a bunch of time and money trying to figure out why these female walleyes are taking over the world, you better make damn sure that there's really only 2 classes of walleye.
Did you know there are fish that can change sex in their adult form?
Isn't there a handful of animals that can
Yeah.
actually change sex over
If
time?
the herd gets out of proportion and there's not enough females, whatever, they can actually change sex.
That's what happened to Eric. He was born a female.
I don't know why
I don't
was
even know
just
what to say to
targeted
that.
Because we always target you.
Yeah.
Why would we target
He's
anyone
gotta-
else at the table?
He's got to throw a shot in there. Well, at least one in episode.
Bam!
He wasn't,
Shot
he
fired
wasn't
across the
attracting a
bow.
male mate, so he just flopped.
Well, I do believe that there is a transgender thing going on here, and that we just need to figure out what the 3 identities of walleyes are before we jump to any conclusions. And I don't want to waste state funds on this until we do a thorough investigation
Yeah.
and somebody figures this out.
I think that's fair.
Since I want to bring Karen in, is she here?
She is
Because
here.
we're talking about walleye, and this week's Karen review comes from the Hilltop Pub and Grill in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Been there many times.
Oh, yeah.
Good place.
4.5 stars out of almost 2,000 reviews. But this Karen didn't like the fish fry.
Food was very bland, grilled chicken and steak. We brought it home and fed it to the dogs, so it wasn't a complete waste. I had the cheddar broccoli soup, and it was so thick with one itty-bitty piece of broccoli, and of course had no flavor. My boyfriend ordered 2 pieces of cod and got 2 pieces that you would need 4 to make 1 whole piece. Very disappointed. I ate here a couple times years ago, and I remembered it being decent food. Well, they definitely disappointed. Oh, and I sat drinkless for over 30 minutes. And I got a crispy edge of chicken in my throat and had to drink my boyfriend's beer, and I'm allergic to hops.
That's my favorite part.
Something tells me that's not the only crispy thing that ever got lodged in her throat. But let's dissect this, shall we? Let's dissect. The food was very bland, grilled chicken and steak.
Okay.
But then they somehow ended up with 2 pieces of fish that were just too small to her liking. This whole thing
How much
again.
food did she order?
Yeah,
for
that's
2
just-
people.
That's just it.
It was grilled chicken and steak, and then a fish dinner, and then cheddar broccoli soup, and then some beer, and yeah.
I like that. I sat drinkless for over 30 minutes, and a crispy edge of chicken lodged in my throat. So the only choice she had was to take a drink of that beer.
And her boyfriend's beer sat for that long? I
No,
call BS on that too.
Yeah, if they couldn't get a drink for 30 minutes, her boyfriend had a 30-minute. If he had a 30-minute old beer, he's not welcome in Wisconsin
he's not from
anymore.
Wisconsin,
Exactly.
no.
These are transplants. This review is only a week old too. I think it's one of the newest reviews we've ever had.
Huh. That Hilltop's good. I don't know what these people are.
Well,
on.
the dude from or whoever from Hilltop replied to this because she put a photo of the 2 pieces of fish like laying in a basket. And he's like, "Hi, thanks for your," and he wanted to say G review, but he didn't. He was very polite, and he goes, "By the way, that was like our appetizer, like reorder fish. Like you can order 2 small pieces of fish, and that's what they ordered. So what did this cost? Like all of like $4? I don't know, but he called her out on it. Like you ordered the 2-piece fish thing, and that's what it is. If you order a fish fry, you get 4 of those, which was exactly what she said in her review. Like I would have expected 4. Well, you didn't order the fish fry. You ordered 2 pieces of fish.
Hilltop. That's where every single student that went to Stevens Point took their parents when they visited. We always made jokes about that. You never went there unless your parents were in town.
it's because they're paying.
That's right.
Well, does anybody else have anything, or we just want to move on from this dandy?
We're safe to move on.
Okay. Not one itty bitty piece of broccoli. The Badger girls won the WIAA state National Hockey Championship.
NCAA.
NCAA.
Did I say WIAA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have 3 A's in there too.
There's a lot of A. I'm all up from talking about that chick with the fish.
He's got some chicken stuck in his throat right now. So
I do. Let me get the chicken on. Let me take a swig of Jolly Good because I'm not allergic to that.
Yeah, they won in overtime.
yeah.
Did you see the goal?
Rebound
Yeah.
goal.
That was
off that
pretty
chick's
awesome.
back?
Yeah, I wanted to say, and they said it was intentional, and I haven't seen the video of it yet. They said it was an intentional shot off the girl's back.
Whether it was or it wasn't, you just
Yeah.
live your whole life telling people it was intentional.
Yep.
Does it look like it was intentional?
I don't know.
It happened very fast.
Yeah, I don't know if it's hard to tell.
It was reported as an intentional shot off the girl's back.
And
I
we're
mean,
going to go with
if
that.
if I were her, I would have said, "Yeah, I tried to do that."
Yeah.
It's like when you're
Exactly.
shooting in horse and you call bank after you
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
bank.
So that was their 6th national championship in women's hockey.
It's pretty cool.
And now the guys have a chance.
Have they started that yet?
It starts on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric comes alive every time we talk
Hockey.
about hockey.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
only introduce hockey into it so we can make Eric feel like he's a part of
okay.
things because it's
That's
the
good.
only thing that brings. Don't pull your Eric-tude with us. We're trying to make you part of things.
Eric-tude. Oh, we got a new word.
We're trying to make you feel like you're part of things down here. It's hard.
I
Trust
like your
me.
hockey input, Eric.
It's very difficult sometimes.
So in the men's, how many teams they start with? 16?
16, yeah.
Do you know who Wisconsin plays first round?
Was it Bemidji State?
Bemidji.
The Beavers.
Yeah.
That's a great school nickname, Bemidji State
We were
Beavers.
looking
Yeah, it is.
at that the other day.
Yeah.
Was it Minnesota had
Yeah.
5 teams in it?
Every Division I Minnesota hockey school
Is
team
in it, and
made
then-
it.
Yep, and Massachusetts has 4 or 5 in it as well. Yeah. And then Michigan has a UP team in.
Yep.
Who really? Michigan Tech?
No,
Lake Superior
Lake Superior State.
Lake Superior State.
Where is Lake Superior State?
It's up in Sault
Sault
Ste.
Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, for some reason, I guess because I had a couple kids playing it for the past several years now, I pay so much more attention to hockey. I feel like hockey is one of those growing sports in the U.S. as opposed to like baseball where people have a sour taste, and now maybe football where people are getting a sour taste. Okay,
Sour-
speaking of a
I
sour
was
taste,
I
let
was
me take
thinking
another
about
swig
that.
of Jolly Good. I still must have chicken stuck in my throat.
Sour power.
Yeah. The Marquette University has a 15th century chapel that they want to restore. And Andy, this was a suggested story
Yeah.
from you, so take the lead. my
Well, I
friend.
found it super interesting because I thought, well, what's a 15th century chapel doing at the university or at Marquette University? Because Wisconsin's not that
No,
old.
right.
So anyway, it's a chapel where Joan of Arc once prayed. I guess.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
What?
What are those T-shirt ads on the side of your browser?
I have no idea.
Look at that one. I want that cat shirt.
I don't know where.
Show those to Tim.
Yeah,
I got to see this.
They're amazing.
Show him the cat.
that second one down.
Yeah.
I have a cat that looks just like that.
You need that
need that
t-shirt.
shirt.
That shirt,
All right,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's,
I digress. And our audience couldn't see that, so they have no idea why that's
It was
funny.
a
but-
it's a very
Oh,
large
it,
cat
it
face.
just went away. It switched to something else.
No!
They were 23% off as well.
I needed you to get that back. Get that back, because we need to screen grab that.
We need
okay,
that cat shirt.
Go back to the 15th century Joan of Arc.
Yeah, so the chapel's been on Marquette, the campus, since 1965, but it was built in the 1400s in France, and then they brought it over they shipped the whole chapel to New York in the 1920s.
They didn't dismantle it?
I would I don't know how they did it.
Probably FedEx.
I don't know if there's a way to move it as one piece on a barge or something, or if they had to take it down brick by brick and then put it back together. I don't know. But they shipped the chapel from France to New York, and then later it was regifted to Marquette University, where it's been since 1965.
Regifted is a polite way of saying
It's-
nobody wants this thing.
It's going to be right next to that statue of RoboCop.
What
soon.
year did they?
Well, it was
What year did they give it to Marquette?
1965. But in the 1920s, so the person who had it in New York was a private person. It wasn't at a
Oh.
college, or it was somebody.
What does it look like? Is there a picture of it?
Not on this one.
No, they put up pictures of cat shirts instead.
Yep. I got another one. They want the cat shirts.
They're listening.
But anyway, some family foundation donated $1 million to preserve it, so they're going to restore it. So I just thought that was interesting that they had a building that
That's
old.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And that
thing
it came from some other
existed
country.
down in Marquette.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So-
on that, we'll leave on a low note then. That's all we're doing.
That's all we're talking about today?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap her up. Unless I did have one more story, but I was gonna just bypass it. The Wisconsin judge.
Yeah.
Well, there was one here about somebody.
Oh, the Rush Limbaugh thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Because we had talked about one guy
Yes.
getting fired for.
When Len Nelson at WAPL
Yep.
got canned because he went on a tirade about Rush. But part two.
Oh, Taker.
Wisconsin-
More Rush haters?
Yeah, Wisconsin's apparently full of Rush haters.
La Crosse County Administrator Steve O'Malley posted comments on Facebook in February that the county ethics board is. Earlier this month said that the post didn't rise to a violation, and he issued an apology to the county board on
Do you
Thursday
have
night.
this post? Because you were the guy that
do,
found.
Yeah, I found
you
it.
found the other one, so I was counting on you.
He said, "How sad that this hatred has escaped this existence forever. If I believed in hell, it would be the most deserving place for the likes of him. He never loved anything but hatred, racism, and disrespect. Good riddance."
So how did we know he was talking about Rush?
It was a comment on a post about his death.
Okay, because nowhere did he said him, he,
Yep.
so it was a post on a comment about his death.
And now he's like, I'm sorry. Oopsies.
Boy, I'd never realized that Rush had such a love-hate following. I don't know that I ever listened to Rush Limbaugh for more than a minute in my
I
life.
didn't.
Huh. Was he even on, because he was on like syndicated radio. He must have been on like AM up here or something, or was he even on?
Yeah, he was on like 11 to 1 on some AM station out of Wausau.
Well, obviously 11 to 1. We're wasting our time making podcasts during that time versus listening to Rush.
And we're far more loved, I think, maybe than Rush. Yeah.
I'd like to think that if we all croaked, there'd be nothing but good things to say about us.
Yeah, no one's told me to go to hell in a long time.
Not since
I
breakfast.
think Jeff told me this morning.
Well, Eric, that's
You're
you.
different.
Yeah.
Well, another one in the books. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.